Morning, this is Clyde Beach. Today I've decided to book in with Holt Sea Angling Club for one of their club matches. So it's one Sunday morning every month, and yeah, throughout North Norfolk really. So you can see what the sea's like. It's crystal clear. We've got a plan, we'll see it through, and then we'll go in the car park and find out who's won it. On one of the first on the beach, there's nothing to show you. They're all empty pegs up to my left, although the Ford clan's going to find their way next to me. And yeah, not sure about anything else at the moment. We're fishing the flooding tide and over the top. It's flat calm. Should be a nice day out. We are fishing 9 till 2. No pleasure anglers down here. There'll be a few people swimming no doubt later on, but they'll be up in front of the car park. We're right up to the left, out the way. Let's see what happens in this one. Before we get started, massive congratulations to Henry Randall and Bev Self, who've just won that prestigious pairs match in Wales. So they did really well to do that. So they're on their way back today, I believe. But that match is organised by Ben Price, fabulous Welsh angler, a really well known match winner in his own right. And I spoke to him last week. I was like thinking of upgrading my fixed ball kit, so I've done that, and his advice was extremely helpful. I've ended up with this through the winter, so I'll have my Zolkron and my Pen 525, and also I'm going to have this. So I decided to go down this line because of the places I fish and what I want to do really. That'll handle it with ease. So paired up with that, we've got a new reel as well. So really push the boat out on this one. So this is a Shimano Aero. That's going to go on the other end of it. And that's going to be quite a comfortable setup and extremely reliable, I hope. I'm sure it will be. Ben's advice is second to none when it comes to fixed ball rods and reels, I'm sure. So anyway, we'll give it a workout today, just get familiar with it. The sun is bright. It's going to be a tricky old match, I think, but anyway, we'll catch something, I hope, or at least we'll see something caught. That'll be something. But September, as you know by now, always tough times in North Norfolk, unless it's rough as guts, and then it's full of bass and flounders. But that's not rough as guts by any means. Really looking forward to using this. I get on extremely well with the Zolkron and the multiplier, but winter time as well in the dark, I think this might be easier on my back. Just an overhead thump, and yeah, that's the Power Aero. So not a cheap combination, but when all you do is work and fish, it's nice to have some decent kit. Enjoy the day out more. Well, not more, but it all helps with your enjoyment of your hobby, having a bit of nice stuff. So I've got a 0.70 shock leader on this, and that is 0.30 clear mono. Casts a long way in the right hands, and I can get it a fair way as well. Had a little bash with it mackerel fishing, just slinging a set of feathers out. It's always a good way of getting accustomed to something. So managed 7 bass on the feathers accidentally, all under 42 centimeters. So they obviously all went back, but good bit of sport. No mackerel though. Anyway, we'll be trying for one of them today because I want to eat one for tea. And it looks like there could be 1 or 2 here. We are at the shallower end of the beach nonetheless. Anyway, we'll talk tactics in a minute. Right, I've got the Ford family setting up next to me, and yeah, we've managed to find a rig in the box, so I'll untangle it in a minute. But it's going to be my homemade pop-ups, buoyant little things they are. tiny little hooks on fluorocarbon snoods. I think you can see that, it's back in focus. Sorry when it wobbles about and stuff, but the easiest thing to do. And then we are going on the we're going what we should have done in that open match really, but I didn't say at the time because I was too disgusted with myself, but the fridge was too cold and all my wrigglers died. But I've got some belly strips of mackerel and some harbour ragworm, and they're going on the pop-ups hopefully for whatever comes along. But I'm sure that'll work. I mean, I'm not brilliant at this style of fishing. We don't get that much opportunity when the water's clear and we're in matches. Most of it's done in brown soup, but I think those little wrigglers will look nice on those pop-ups, and that'll keep me out the way of the crabs. That should attract a bass. I've had bass on mackerel popped up before, but that's been while I've been reeling it in, so it's essentially just a lure. But the static pop-ups, I've had white in, I've had weaver fish, and I've had mackerel and scad on them, so I don't see why swapping one of the hooks from mackerel to harbour ragworm. Beautiful bait they are. I'm sure that'll catch anything. I just need to practice it. But anyway, that's what I'm gonna do. Strip a little mackerel on one pop-up, wrigglers on the other, and then see what happens. Just hope something takes it. And while we're here, I might as well show you these are the little belly strips of mackerel that we put on the pop-ups. You only need a tiny little sliver, that'll go a long way. I ate the rest of the mackerel. Had 2 of them and fried them in butter, very nice. But I cut the little belly strips off before I cooked them, so not to waste anything. And that's all you need for this style of fishing anyway, so happy days. But there's no birds working, and there's nothing that indicates there's any fish about. Personally, I think the match will probably be one with the tactics Craig Bye was using in that other match. I think whacking a ragworm out there on a long snood will pick a bass or 2 up, or someone fishing long and light in the edge will get a flounder or 2. But what a lovely way to fish. Just pop a couple of baits up, couple of foot off the bottom, let the lateral tide get them shifting around, and hopefully this rod will go over at some point. It is like hitting a nut with a sledgehammer and a whacker plate, but yeah, just nice when you've got a new bit of kit just to give it a run out really. These aren't the conditions it was designed for, but there'll be lots of brown sea and rough water and whiting and dogfish and that is why I bought it for, so that's all to come, I'm sure. But today we're gonna just enjoy fishing these little ragworms on the pop-ups. And the 17 anglers booked into this one. I'll stop talking in a minute, but 17 anglers booked in, and hopefully some of them will catch some fish. I'm sure they will. There's some good ones amongst them. They all know what they're doing. This day and age, with so much information out there, everyone in the matches knows pretty much what they're doing when they get here. Peg always looks good though. Loads of room down to your left up there. You can roll a weight round for the flounders on the sand. That's what I'd be doing if I was up there. Next to me today is Mike Watts, so he's just stretching the lines out. A few practice casts. We'll have a look in his box. So intentions are different to mine, obviously, if this is what he's going to use. So small hooks, 3-hook clip down, works really well on this beach. It's pretty well organised, got plenty of traces and stuff knocking around. Yeah, I don't know where his bait is. Normally he turns up with about 130, 140 lugworm and a little bit of fish, so he's probably doing the same again, I imagine. Actually, he won't mind. What's in there? Yeah, there they are, look. Load of great big lugworms. Anyway, if he catches a bass or something on that, which inevitably does, I'll obviously walk along and show you. But we've still got 20 minutes to the off, so I'm going to have a cup of tea. I'm still going to do exactly what I want. I'm going to fish them pop-ups with the wrigglers. I've got some different sized leads depending on how the tide's running, and then we'll just see what we can extract from today. 5-hour match, so there's plenty of time. But when it's as bright, as clear as this, I am influenced by what other anglers do around the country, and some of them have these conditions to deal with an awful lot. So, and they do really well on the pop-ups and light lines and stuff, so I'm really intrigued by that, and sort of getting better at it, because it hardly uses any bait as well, which is another plus. You're fishing just as much with the attraction as you are with the scent. So, and anyway, for like 20 odd years, maybe nearly 30 years, I've been fishing up round here, and we've always sort of done the same thing, but the species are changing. There's more gilt-head bream getting caught. There was a red mullet last week. There's the odd gurnard knocking about. There's fish that weren't here, and this pop-up approach might turn something nice up. So I'm definitely going to build it into my armoury of tactics a bit more often. But what does play havoc with it is weed and all the rest of it, so I'll take you down to the water's edge. You can see that's you can see how clear that is. A little bit of weed on the edge. I don't think that'll be far out. I think that's just hanging around in here. Right, I must have this cup of tea, sorry. Okay, that's what it's going to look like. Minimalist, but hopefully the tide will get that. Wiggle that tail around. Who knows? If I was a bass, I would swim along and engulf that, no problem. Hopefully something will. Right, here we go, rod tip up nice and high, so we're out the way of that weed on the edge there, and then let it trundle round in the tide, I suppose. Bit of tide flow, pulling left to right, could get stronger and stronger. It's quite a big tide, I think, still. Everyone's got their shelters up, but it's too nice a day for me. I'm just gonna sit on my box, put the shelter up if some weather comes in later on, which it is supposed to do. We haven't got any lugworms with us. We can't respond to it if it works out, but mackerel for tea is what I would like, with perhaps a bass taking them wrigglers just to help with the match. First cast is on the beach, and this is the worst possible scenario for pop-up rigs. That hanging brown weed covering the hooks. So not going to be fishing properly at the minute, but hopefully that'll ease. Need it to. I'll have to shorten the cast length. That was out there about 15 minutes. First action of the day. To my right hand side, Mike Watts has just had a 30 centimetre bass fishing at his maximum range with blow lug, but the weed is making my tactics almost undoable. They're just blocking up every time. So it could be a switch to bottom baits for a bit, just to see if the weed clears. but it's got to stay confident. I think if a bass comes along those, you can see that weed skimming along the water there, so he's picking up a bit as well. Remnants of weed all the way along the beach here, look. That bass managed to find it in among the weed then. Good bite, or didn't you see it?
You know that you think there is something out there, and then when I started to reel in, I thought, like you, I thought it was heavy, but I thought it was just weed.
Oh.
When I got it in the edge, I suddenly see it through the clear water.
Yeah, I've had my fair share so far. They're just clinging to the hooks, and that makes it really difficult.
Yeah.
Let him get that one out there. I'll stand back. I'll stand back, yes. Hard pendulum casting on a bank like this. Got to stay up the top. That's it.
Too short,
yeah. Well, it's the bank coming up behind you that makes it so difficult.
Yeah.
Is that the first fish you've seen?
Yeah, I don't think anybody else does.
No. About an hour gone as well, so it's looking ominous.
I can go home now, Pete.
Yeah, you probably can. You probably can.
Now the wife will find me something to do.
Yeah, stay here. Bound to be a flounder or something somewhere, but yeah. Temporary change of tactics. The weed is killing these rigs, so that's all it is. It's just enough just to stop your fishing, really. But anyway, just a lump like that on the bait. That one was just on a sliver of mackerel and a wriggler, and look at that. I'm not fishing. So we've got a 1-hook clip down and bang some harbour ragworm on it, long snood. See if there's another one of them bass that Mike just got. I honestly think when the tide eases over high water, the weed will disappear and we'll be able to do what we do, but at the moment it's just not working. Mike's had the only fish that we know of along the beach. A 30cm bass is very welcome on a day like this. It's only a little schoolie, but they're rarely on their own. Up to this point, and we're an hour and a half in, I think Rob is having all the same issues I'm having. He's got 2 rods on pop-ups that are just getting choked up, and then sort of 3 or 4 metre long earth rig, and that's suffering the same. But down to my right, I think there's 2 or 3 fish being caught, but by no means electric fishing. It's always going to be difficult. Sun's bright, sea's clear, weed in the water. So I could have gone to 3 little hooks, but wanted to try this, and I'd still think that the weed's going to subside over high water and we're going to make it work. Trouble is, other people fishing lugworms are probably going to make it work better, but anyway, you don't learn if you don't try. We just keep jogging along. Well, finally the earth rig's paid off, so in amongst these balls of weed, thank goodness for that. I wouldn't have had a single fish on film up to now.
I had a weaver first cast, I got excited, but I remember they don't count this time.
I don't know if that will. 18 centimetres is the size, isn't it, for a dab?
On it.
That's close to 18, I'll tell you.
Yeah.
The weed's just hampering the efforts though, isn't it? It's just making it...
Just turned up now, and there's a bit of tide when that weed's picked up. I've had to swap over from the rolling bed to a grip bed.
Yeah.
Chugging round.
The weed's up in the water as well. The pop-ups are just getting smothered in it.
Yeah.
Mike's had a 30cm bass.
Oh, has he? He would.
Yeah, I know he would. I think that's all he has had though. And I think there's 2 flatties further down.
Ooh.
So there are fish here.
Competition
Just few and far between.
Yeah.
Yeah, alright then. Let's see if we can get him on the measuring stick.
A moment of truth.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, look, it's massive.
No.
Oh, no.
Nowhere near. 17 centimetres.
Can we make that 18?
Try again. There is the odd flatfish coming out, but they're no quality, not at the moment anyway. And so this is the latest creation. I've whacked two of my homemade pop-ups. That's why they're all different sizes and stuff. They're trapped between a couple of float stops. And then we have got a ball of ragworm, little harbour rag, tipped with a sliver of belly flesh from the mackerel. So that should pop up. The length of the snood is about 2'6", but given the tide and everything, it should be waving around just off the bottom. Hopefully that'll get me a bass or a mackerel or a mullet or something else that I've never caught before. But we might be clutching at straws, but you got to try and keep trying stuff. It's a launce.
That is a launch. No, I can't see if they're allowed in the match or not.
I don't know, probably. Yeah, 22 centimetre launce. Yeah, that'd be allowed, I reckon. Probably a miscellaneous or something.
Yeah.
Put it down, and then if it's nothing, if it don't count, I'm sure it would.
Launch 22.
Yeah, I thought one of them might snaffle a pop-up, but hasn't as yet. That picked that off the bottom, didn't it, on that earth rig?
As I was coming in.
Was it? Oh yeah.
5 yards out, and it suddenly just went.
Oh well, there might be 1 or 2 of them about.
So, yeah, I've just repositioned the kids so they're just in the surf.
Yeah, right. Do you hear that, Charlotte? You're fishing in the surf
Yeah.
for sand eels. Greater sand eels.
Well, but there.
How many points do you get for that then?
4,000.
We'll sort it out. Well done.
No.
Doing the business. All right, tiny little bass. Long snoods, little bits of ragworm, isn't it?
A little bits of lugworm.
Are they? Perhaps that's what we saw skipping around in the
Well,
edge
that's
earlier.
what I thought. So,
How far out was that?
about 20 yards.
Yeah, that's it. That's what they are. Little bass chasing them whitebait. A few launcing amongst them.
I think so.
Nice one.
That'll do.
I know it's only tiny, but on a day like this, it's...
Well, I've got a second now, so that's... Yeah, not time.
Well done.
Lovely. How about you?
No, nothing.
Back to the studio.
Back to the drawing board, I think. Yeah. Oh well.
They'll come.
Well, I don't know if they will. I mean, everything I've tried so far has not worked. So anyway, I've got a pile of wrigglers. I'm thinking of bunging them on the snoods and just seeing if.
Like you said, Mac, you said they were in that gutter. And
Well, sometimes they are.
Little rolling lead, so I'm rolling into it, and it just sits there.
Yeah.
Keep the rod tip up high, so everything's flopping in the tide.
That might be the way, mightn't it?
Seems
Just
to
to
work
get
so
on the
far.
card. Yeah.
I had 2 fish and 2 casts doing it, so.
Yeah. What's that? How many points for the little bass
36. No, sorry, 27.
total? Yep. All right then. Well done.
Lovely.
2 hours remaining. This first 3 hours has absolutely flown by. I've caught nothing. Everything I've tried has not worked, but it's just constantly trying to think of something else that will work. So Rob's doing well, relatively speaking. Just getting 2 tiny little bass and a launch. There's the odd dab up to sort of 25 centimetres, but this mackerel approach and the wrigglers on the other hook has not had a single bite, just keeps getting smothered in weed. I've tried different things. I've tried a 3 hook flapper, just lobbed it in there just to see if I could get a bite. that just got weeded up as well. So what to do next? Have to think of something, otherwise we're going to go home with an empty card, and there's several along the match length at the moment. Some people have got a fish, but it is like literally you're not going to need a lot to win today, probably. One of these days I'll do something that works. So I've cut the bottom snood off and replaced it with a size 3 Arno hook and a bunch of wrigglers. Harbour ragworm at their finest. Top hook's going to stay on the pop-up and get smothered by weed, I imagine, and these wrigglers will probably get eaten by crabs, but the optimist in me tells me that one 45cm bass today will be plenty. So we're in it to the last cast. Rob showing everyone the way. Look at this tiny little basslets, 18cm.
Just.
Yeah, they all add up though, don't they, on a day like this?
That'll do. Need to get the rope to be hot.
Yeah, you might as well. They're just in the edge, aren't they?
20 yards out?
Yeah. I'm still fishing for a £3 mullet. 40 minutes to go, and it looks like I've balls this one right up. Not for the first time, but perhaps should have just fished the 3 hook flapper and tried to get a dab or a little basslet or something like that. Just looking at those sea conditions, I thought the pop-ups had worked well, but the weed has really played havoc with it. And even the wrigglers I've been piling on a bottom bait now, it's just not paid off. So there you go. People around me have caught, not much admittedly, basically what you've seen. There's the odd dab further along the match length, and one flounder approaching 30cm I'm told, but generally pretty dire. Things will improve, and we've got 40 minutes of this one left, so you never know your luck. But you have to say, on the evidence of the last 4 hours and 20 minutes, it's not looking good. Right, last cast is in the water. People are starting to pack their tents down. We're expecting some bad weather to come in very soon, so that's coming from that direction, and I can feel the temperature changed. Wind's picking up. It's going to be nasty. But yeah, if we don't get anything on the last cast, we're going to car park and see what's won it. But it's been disappointing from my point of view, but we will go again. And happened this time last year. It's not a thing, you just got to keep fishing and enjoying it, and then sooner or later it'll all sort itself out and it'll come right. But not today, I don't think it will. Best I've seen is Rob with those 4 little tiny little bass. Or 3 bass and a little sand eel or something anyway. So yeah, that's what it's like. The weed has played havoc with presentation. I couldn't really do what I wanted to. I've tried the bottom baits as well. They're getting cleaned off by crabs and bunged up with weeds. So all in all, it's been one to forget for me, but that's how it goes sometimes, onwards and upwards. Nice to see everyone, and I'll be back in another competition very soon. Thank you very much for watching. We'll go and find out what Tony says.
Here we go. Right, so thanks for coming. It's not a bad turnout really, considering what the weather is going to be like and what the sea's like. I just like to say something. I just like to congratulate Henry and Bev Self for their success in Wales. Excellent club members, excellent win. Anyway, we've had a win today as well. First of all, we'll do the juniors. Little juniors, they didn't really do very well today, but they've been good little ones, haven't you?
No, they filled my box up with stew.
All right, okay. Junior winner, Charlotte Ford. Here we are, Charlie. Right, well done. And other junior winner, Jacob Ford. You got a... Is he still updating his...
No,
Where is he?
no, he's there.
Hey!
You pick some money up your 30.
Right, winner today with 5 fish, 49 points, Rob Ford. Well done, Rob. Second today with 2 fish, 36 points, and he's going to keep this one, Mr. Watson.
Thank you very much.
And person who's not going to come again, I've not got to ring him. Third on the day is Paul Thorburn, 2 fish, 36 points. Well done.
Thank you, Mr.
Well done. Right.
I'll put that with the collection.
Right, next Members League is on the 12th of October, I think. But we might bring it forward to the 11th because of the Sea League. The Sea League is at Galston, Tutley Sea League. All right, okay.
Thank you very much, Tony.
Right, thanks a lot for coming. See you again.
Cheers. Well done.
Thank you.